Dr. Leslie asked the graduates, how many of you are parents? I'd like to ask, how many of you are grandparents? Raise your hand. Congratulations to all of you. Now, all kidding aside, for you graduates, it's been a long journey to get to this point in your life. Many of you traversed the Southside public school system, years of elementary school, 3 years of middle school, and 4 years of high school. And now you're here at Freeman Coliseum, about to cross the stage after 2 years at Palo Alto College. Okay, maybe it's been more than 2 years, yes, depending on which 2-year degree plan you were on. But you're here. And the reality is, it doesn't matter how long it took you to get here, you made it. And now you have earned an associate's degree that nobody can ever take away from you. So please, everyone, give our graduates a round of applause. They deserve it. Now, graduates, as was said earlier, you didn't get here alone. You had family, nagging parents, loving grandparents, spouses, significant others, siblings, mentors, teachers, counselors, aunts and uncles that sometimes had to drag you through high school and nudge you or shove you to get to college. So graduates, you give them a big thank you and a round of applause as well. Now, as you may or may not know, Palo Alto College celebrates its 30th anniversary this year. Over those 30 years, Palo Alto has grown within the ACCD system to become a pillar of the South Side. It's become clear that the currency in the 21st century economy is brain power, education. And the South Side's youth has been earning that currency at Palo Alto for the past 3 decades. Without Palo Alto, it's hard to imagine the Toyota plant being built, or Brook City base blossoming, or Texas A&M University San Antonio campus even being a possibility. It all begins with an educational base, and that's how much Palo Alto means to the South Side. Now, I didn't go to Palo Alto, and I believe the only reason that I didn't was because it wasn't around when I graduated from McCollum High School back in 1981, and actually I sat right here. We had our graduation ceremony right here at the Freeman Coliseum. After McCollum, I joined the Marines and I attended St. Mary's and got my law degree. But I'll tell you this, if Palo Alto had been around back then, I probably would have attended for a couple of years, or whatever my 2-year plan called for, before transferring to St. Mary's University. Why? Simply because I'm from the South Side. I grew up on Commercial in West Harding. My first law office was on Pleasanton Road across from the old Goodwill. The majority of students who attend Palo Alto are from the South Side or District 19, the area that I represent. My own son, Carlos Jr., went to Palo Alto. My 2 brothers and many of my nephews and nieces as well. One of my nephews, Aaron, is graduating today. So many of you are from the South Side, and you are halfway to obtaining your 4-year degree, if that's what you choose to do. Some of you are ready to start kicking ass in their workforce. Sorry, kids. And in a few minutes, you'll be holding that degree in your hand, and your loud aunt or your drunk uncle is going to try to embarrass you when you walk across the stage. And the reason they're going to do that is because they are proud of you. We are from the South Side. You have made it this far. You should be proud of your accomplishment. Take this momentum and keep going. Don't stop until you have changed the world. And when someone says, where are you from? Of course, we all say South Side. And if you're not from the South Side, you say Palo Alto. And go and put us on the map. Speaking of somebody who put the South Side on the map, I would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge and remember a former graduate of McCollum High School from 1980, a great Tejano artist, a friend of mine, the late great Emilio Navaida. In fact, tomorrow we will be remembering Emilio, right here at the Freeman Coliseum. As you begin your next adventure, whether that means obtaining more education or starting your career, I'd like to give you just a few pieces of advice. Graduates, everyone, your reputation is all you have. Remember that. Always try to be better than yourself. And the measure of who you are is how you react when something doesn't go your way. Some of these you've heard a million times that they become cliches. Maybe there's something that I've told you that you've never heard before. But these truths I learned throughout my days in law school, the Marines, as a lawyer, and for the past 19 years serving in the Texas legislature. While I was learning these lessons, something else emerged that I want to share with you. As I began to enter the next stages of my life, whether it was high school student to the Marines, lawyer to lawmaker, I was in some way trying to help others. I spent my entire life fighting for the underdog. It's something I did in the Marines and something I do as a state senator. Why do I tell you that? Because now it's your turn. It's not so much a life lesson or saying or an axiom as it is just a way of doing things, a way of being, a way of living your life. As you now look towards the future, I can only encourage you to fight for the underdog as well. To do this, you don't have to join the military, although I highly recommend the military is a noble and worthy path. And you don't have to join politics, although I highly dissuade you from doing so. Just kidding. Politics can be ugly, as we all know, just watching TV. But what I enjoy most about being a senator is helping out a veteran, a single mom who may have sought help elsewhere only to find dead ends. That's why I serve. What I'm talking about to you graduates is a life of selflessness, if you haven't already done so. The idea of putting others before yourself. This is by no means a new concept, but I think the reason it's worth mentioning to you today and worth repeating for the rest of your life is because people don't often practice selflessness or philanthropy or altruism enough. In fact, most people aren't that way. So I ask you to step outside yourself and be selfless, even if it's just for a moment per day, every other day, once a week, once a month. And I'm not saying you have to be Gandhi or Mother Teresa or Martin Luther King Jr., although if my speech inspires you to do so, then by all means do it. But the truth is, for some of you, being selfless is already hardwired in you. You are the Gandhis, the Mother Teresas, and the MLKs of the future. That's why, if we can all set aside just a little bit of time, it will go a long way. So if you choose to run for office or join the military, great. If not, volunteer. Get involved with your neighborhood. Reach out to a neighbor in need, mentor a child at your school, and please help prevent child abuse. Serve at a local food bank. Donate blood. Perform a random act of kindness. A little help from all of us will go a long way. Should you choose to give back in some way, however, you choose to do so, please keep in mind that you're at the age where you're starting to become a role model too. If anything I said here today resonates with you, please always remember that there are people who look up to you. They could be your little brother or your sister. They could be a student that's watching you. They could be your mom or your dad who never made it to college. And if you choose to begin or continue to be selfless, the number of people who look up to you will grow. Just as you look to others for inspiration and motivation, you should set that example as well. In closing, be inspired by others so that you can inspire the youth coming up behind you. This is the formula for how to build a better community and a better world. Graduates, today is just the beginning of so many great things to come for you. God brought you here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is exactly, but you know. And if you don't know quite yet, follow your instinct. Think bold, think big. Don't let the little things get to you, and by all means, avoid drama. I want to congratulate all of you for reaching this milestone, but please don't stop now. As I look around the Coliseum, I see so much pride beaming from the audience. Build on that pride and build on your success. And of course, never ever quit. Be selfless. Remember this, if you don't remember anything I said today, remember this one thing that my parents have always taught me, and they still do today. And that's never forget where you came from. God bless you, God bless Texas, and congratulations. Thank you all very much.
Let's thank the Senator once again for his selfless service to Senate District 19 and the people of Texas.